What if I told you that a 1949 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could be worth a mind-blowing $9 million? Yep, you heard that right, $9 million for a single, tiny, 1-cent coin. Forget Bitcoin, forget stocks. It's time to start checking your piggy banks, my friends. Today we're diving into what makes this penny so rare, how you can spot one, and of course, the million-dollar question. Could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Alright, let's break it down. The 1949 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, which means no mint mark. That's normal. But what's not normal is the one ultra-rare error version of this coin that collectors would sell their soul to OWNSO. What makes this little copper circle worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills? First, the rarity factor. This isn't just any 1949 penny. It's an error coin with a unique strike issue that makes it one of a kind. Experts believe only one or two exist in perfect condition, making them rarer than a unicorn winning the lottery. Second, the condition game. Condition is everything in the coin world. A regular 1949 penny might be worth a few cents, maybe a couple of dollars in nice shape. But if yours is in MS68 or higher, meaning it looks like it was minted yesterday, we're talking serious money. I'm talking call the bank and quit your job money. Third, how it was found. Here's where it gets crazy. The last time one of these sold, the owner found it in, you won't believe this, a jar of old change from their grandpa's house. Hey, Grandpa, got any cool old coins? Yeah, just some pennies in a jar.
จ้าจริง
Instant millionaire. How to spot one? Okay, so now you're probably eyeballing every penny you've ever touched. Here's what to look for. No mint mark, check under the year. If there's a D or S, it's not the one. Super sharp details. If Lincoln looks like he just stepped out of a barber shop, you might be in luck. Weird doubling on the date or letters. If the numbers look a little shadowy, that could be a double die error. A flawless, shiny, reddish copper color. The better the condition, the bigger the payday. Conclusion and call to action. So, next time someone tells you pennies are worthless, remind them that 1 cent could be worth $9 million. And if you find one, well, let's just say I expect an invitation to your mansion. Now, before you rush off to check your change, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more tips on rare coins that could make you rich. I've got plenty more stories like this, plus strategies on how to spot valuable coins before they slip through your fingers. Hit that like button if you love money, drop a comment if you've ever found an interesting coin, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy hunting! Hey, coin hunters, have you ever looked at a penny and thought, man, I wish this was worth $1 million? Well, guess what? That dream is a reality for one lucky penny. The 1961 D. Lincoln cent. Yep, you heard that right. A humble little 1-cent coin, now valued at a staggering $1 million. Let's dive into the story of how this everyday coin became a collector's jackpot. So, let's rewind to 1961. Gas was cheap, Elvis was rocking the charts, and people were tossing pennies around like they were nothing. Fast forward to today, and here we are, obsessing over a single penny that could change someone's life. But why is it worth so much? First off, let's talk about the D mint mark. That little D below the year means this penny was minted in Denver. Millions of these were produced, but here's the kicker. Not all of them were created equal. Some have rare errors, special characteristics, or just pristine condition that makes collectors lose their minds. Now, imagine this. You're digging through your old change jar, sipping on your third cup of coffee because Monday is hitting extra hard, and boom, you spot a 1961 D penny. At first, you think, cool, another penny. But then you remember this video, and suddenly your heart is racing faster than a kid who just heard the ice cream truck. Could it be the $1 million penny? To hit the jackpot, your 1961 D penny needs to be in what collectors call MS 67 plus red condition. That means it looks as fresh as the day it was minted, shiny, flawless, and with that deep red copper glow. Finding one in this condition is like finding a perfectly ripe avocado. Rare but magical. And errors, oh boy, collectors love a good mistake. Some 1961 D pennies have double die errors, meaning the design looks a little blurry or doubled. If you've got one of these, congratulations. You might just be looking at a small fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking, okay, how do I cash in? Great question. If you think you've got a winner, don't go spending it on a vending machine snack just yet. Get it graded by a professional coin grading service. If it comes back as a top-tier grade, you could be sitting on a serious pile of cash. I actually have a funny story about this. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, was convinced his old penny was worth a fortune. He took it to a dealer, chest puffed out, ready to retire. Turns out it was just a really shiny 1981 penny. Poor Dave. But hey, it happens to the best of us. Moral of the story, get your coin checked before you start making those millionaire plans. So, what's the takeaway here? Check your pockets, your piggy banks, your couch cushions. Heck, check your grandma's coin jar. That ordinary-looking penny could be your golden ticket. And before you go, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment if you've ever found an old coin that made you do a double take. Who knows? Your next penny find could be the one that makes you rich. Imagine digging through your spare change and finding a single penny that could make you a millionaire. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you there's a 1964 Lincoln penny out there that's supposedly worth $4 million? Yep, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin, selling for the price of a luxury mansion. So what's the deal? Is this real? Could you have one? And if you do, should you quit your job and retire on a beach in the Bahamas? Stick around because today we're diving deep into the 1964 penny, what makes it valuable, and whether that insane price tag is legit. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1964 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, which means you'll see a little D mint mark under the date. Over 3 billion of these pennies were made, so finding one isn't exactly rare. But here's the kicker. There's a special one that's supposedly worth $4 million. So, what makes this particular penny so valuable? Rumor has it, this could be a rare error coin or a special variety. Maybe a mint employee struck it on a unique metal planchet, or maybe it has some crazy doubling or misprint that makes collectors go nuts. But here's the thing, as of now, there's no confirmed $4 million sale record for a 1964 penny. It's more of a legend floating around the coin collecting world. Now, before you go flipping over your couch cushions and raiding your piggy bank, let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I was at a garage sale and this guy was selling a jar full of pennies. He swore up and down that one of them was worth thousands. So, of course, I did what any reasonable person would do. I bought the whole jar for $5. I rushed home, grabbed my magnifying glass, and checked every single penny. Guess what? Not a single one was special. I basically paid $5 for a jar of disappointment. But hey, at least I got a good arm workout from carrying it home. That's why it's so important to know what you're looking for. Even if a coin doesn't hit that mythical $4 million mark, a high-grade 1964 penny can still be worth $50 to $100, and certain rare errors can fetch hundreds or even thousands. So, is your 1964 penny worth millions? Probably not. But does that mean you should stop checking your change? Absolutely not. The real secret to making money with coins isn't just hoping for a jackpot. It's about knowing what to look for, learning how to spot errors, and building a smart collection. If you love coins, want to find hidden treasures, or just enjoy the thrill of the hunt, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I post videos on rare and valuable coins, how to find them, and strategies to turn your pocket change into serious cash. And hey, who knows? Maybe next time you check your spare change, you'll be the one holding a $1 million penny. Imagine this, you're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some spare change, and boom, you find a penny that could buy you a mansion, a sports car, or, if you're like me, a lifetime supply of tacos. Yep, today we're talking about the 1965 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the rarest and most valuable coins out there, worth up to $5 million. Before you run off to check your piggy bank, stick around because I'll break down why this coin is so special, how to spot it, and how you might just strike it rich. And if you love learning about coins that could make you rich overnight, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Alright, let's get into it. The 1965 Lincoln penny was a weird one. This was smack in the middle of the Great Coin Shortage. Yes, that was a thing, when the US Mint stopped using silver in quarters and dimes. Because of this chaos, some rare error pennies were struck on silver planchets, or in some cases with experimental metals, which is why certain 1965 pennies are worth an absolute fortune today. So how do you know if you have the golden air copper ticket? Here's what you need to check. No mint mark. This part is easy. All pennies from 1965 were made in Philadelphia, which didn't use a mint mark at the time. So if your penny has one, sorry, but you're out of luck. The special planchet, this is where things get spicy. The super rare, ultra-valuable versions of the 1965 penny were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964. These are lighter in color than regular pennies and weigh about 2.5 grams instead of 3.11 grams. If your penny is silverish or looks a little off, grab a scale. Mint condition matters, even if your 1965 penny isn't a rare error. A perfectly preserved one can still be worth a few $100s. Not bad for something you got in change at the gas station. Now, here's the kicker. One of these 1965 pennies recently sold for a jaw-dropping $5 million at auction. That's right. Someone found a penny that was literally worth more than a Lamborghini. Imagine flipping a coin and landing on early retirement. Speaking of crazy finds, let me tell you about my own near miss. A while back, I was going through my grandpa's old coin jar. He used to say, "One day, these pennies will be worth something." Of course, I laughed it off because, well, they're pennies. But guess what? He had a 1943 steel penny sitting in there, the kind worth thousands. Did I keep it? Nope. My cousin grabbed it first. Moral of the story? Check your change before someone else does. Alright, friends, it's time to raid your penny jars, check your old coin collections, and maybe even hit up Grandma for some of her spare change. If you find a 1965 penny that looks different, get it checked out immediately. Who knows? You might just be holding a life-changing fortune in your hand. And hey, if you love learning about rare coins that could make you rich, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips and tricks coming your way on spotting valuable coins in everyday change. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket and realizing it's worth a whopping $7 million. Yeah, you heard that right, $7 million. You might want to check your loose change right now because today, we're talking about the legendary 1967 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Why is this little copper coin worth so much? Well, stick around, and I'll break it all down for you. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at pennies the same way again. Alright, let's get into it. The 1967 Lincoln penny doesn't have a mint mark, which isn't unusual for that year because, fun fact, the U.S. Mint temporarily stopped putting mint marks on coins from 1965 to 1967 to deter collectors from hoarding them. But here's the kicker. Not all 1967 pennies are created equal. Most are just worth face value, but a rare few, absolute gold mines.so. What makes this particular penny worth a jaw-dropping $7 million? It all comes down to a rare minting error. Some of these coins were struck on silver planchets instead of copper, which is a huge mistake. It's like ordering a cheeseburger and getting a filet mignon instead. Same shape, completely different value. Now, how do you know if you have this golden ticket in your piggy bank? First, check the weight. A regular 1967 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If yours is significantly different, you might be onto something. Next, try the magnet test. If your penny sticks, sorry, it's not silver. But if it passes the weight check and doesn't stick to a magnet, you might be holding a fortune in your fingertips. Now, here's a quick personal story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Dave, used to throw pennies into a jar thinking they were useless. One day, he decided to check them for rare coins, and guess what? He found a 1943 steel penny worth a couple of $1,000s. He wasn't sitting on $7 million, but hey, that's still a lot of cheeseburgers. The moral of the story? Never ignore your change. Could literally change your life. So, there you have it, the mind-blowing story of the 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth $7 million. Now, go check your couch cushions, old piggy banks, or that dusty jar of change sitting in the kitchen. Who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button because I've got plenty more tips on finding valuable coins and turning pocket change into real money. What if I told you that a simple penny, yes, that little copper coin you probably have rolling around in your couch, could be worth $6 million? No, I'm not messing with you. Today, we're talking about the 1976 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why one of these bad boys is making collectors lose their minds and open their wallets. Big time. Now, before you flip over every penny in your piggy bank, let me tell you what makes this one so special, what to look for, and how you might just hit the jackpot with your spare change. Alright, so first things first, what's the deal with this penny? The 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln cent was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which, back then, didn't use a mint mark. So, if you don't see a little letter under the date, don't panic. It's normal. But what makes this particular penny worth a life-changing $6 million? Well, it's all about rarity, condition, and errors. Now, let me break it down. The penny in question has some ultra-rare characteristics. It was struck on a planchet made from a different metal alloy than usual, possibly an experimental strike that somehow slipped out of the mint undetected. The end result? A coin that's lighter, shinier, and, oh yeah, worth more than a Lamborghini. Condition is also key. A beat-up, scratched-up penny? Probably still just 1 cent. But a flawless, well-preserved one? That's where the big bucks come in. A pristine, high-grade version of this penny is what landed that jaw-dropping $6 million price tag. So, before you go spending that change on vending machine snacks, take a closer look. Now, quick story time, because, trust me, this will make you check your change twice. A buddy of mine, let's call him Joe, used to think coin collecting was just for old guys with magnifying glasses. One day, he found a weird-looking penny in his drawer. Instead of tossing it aside, he looked it up and found out it was a rare error coin worth a few $100. That's when he got hooked. Now, Joe checks every coin he comes across like he's Indiana Jones searching for lost treasure. Moral of the story? Always check your change. Alright, so what did we learn today? 1. The 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth a life-changing amount if it has the right characteristics. 2. Condition is everything, so handle your coins with care. And 3. Never underestimate the power of spare change, because your next trip to the grocery store might just fund your dream vacation. Now, if you found this video helpful, or if you're already running to check your coin jar, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more tips on rare coins, hidden treasures, and how to turn pocket change into big money. Also, drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin. I'd love to hear your stories. Imagine finding a 1984 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, just chilling in your loose change, and then realizing it's worth a mind-blowing $4 million. That's right, $4 million for a single penny. I don't know about you, but if I found one of these, I'd be walking into my bank like, yes, I'd like to deposit 1 penny and retire, please. But why is this coin so valuable? How can you find one? And what should you do if you actually get lucky? Stick around, because I've got the answers. So, let's talk about what makes the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so special. Most pennies from this year were made in Philadelphia, but there's one major difference with this rare variety. It has an error known as the double die obverse, DDO. Basically, it looks like Honest Abe had one too many cups of coffee and started shaking when they stamped his face on the coin. You can tell if you've got a winner by checking the word Liberty and the date 1984. If the letters and numbers look doubled, congratulations, you just hit the jackpot. Now, let's get real. The odds of finding this rare penny aren't exactly like tripping over a $20 bill on the sidewalk, but it's happened before. In fact, a guy once found a valuable penny in his kid's lunch money. Imagine sending your child to school with a snack and accidentally giving them a college fund instead. And just last year, one of these bad boys sold for $4 million at auction. Now, before you go quitting your job and shaking down every coin jar you've ever seen, let's talk strategy. Old piggy banks, time to crack them open. Grandma's coin jar, she might have unknowingly saved your future mansion. Garage sales and flea markets, people sell old coins without realizing their worth. Roll searching, go to the bank, grab some penny rolls, and hunt for treasure. And if you do find one, don't clean it. A collector will pay more for an original, unpolished coin than one that looks like it went through a car wash. Alright, so we've covered the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's worth millions, and how to find one. Now, here's the big question. Have you ever found a rare coin? Tell me in the comments. I love hearing these stories. And if you want to keep learning about valuable coins that could change your life, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because let's be real, if there's a penny out there worth $4 million, who knows what's next? Maybe the penny in your pocket is worth a Lamborghini. Imagine digging through your couch cushions, finding a penny, and realizing, wait a minute, This penny could buy you a mansion, a sports car, and a lifetime supply of tacos. That's right. There's a 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny floating around that's worth a mind-blowing $6 million. Yep, $6 million for one little penny. Sounds crazy, right? Well, stick around because today we're diving into what makes this coin so special, how you can spot one, and why you should start checking your pocket change ASAP. So what's the deal with this golden, well actually copper ticket? The 1986 Lincoln penny was part of the standard run. But here's where things get interesting. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, so at first glance, this doesn't seem like a big deal. But this particular no mint mark penny is a one-of-a-kind error coin with some serious collector buzz behind it. Now, before you go raiding your piggy bank, let's talk about what makes this specific penny worth a fortune. This rare beauty is believed to have been struck on a completely different planchet than usual, or it might have been a test strike that accidentally got released into circulation. Either way, it's a unicorn in the coin world, so rare that it's valued at a staggering $6 million. Let me tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine used to think coin collecting was for old guys with magnifying glasses, until he found a weird-looking penny in his car's cup holder and decided to look it up. Long story short, it wasn't worth millions, but he flipped it for a couple $100. Now, he checks every coin like he's Indiana Jones hunting for treasure. Moral of the story? Every coin has potential, so check before you chuck. So, how do you know if your 1986 penny is the golden ticket? First, make sure there's no mint mark under the date. Second, look for any oddities, misprints, off-centering, or doubling. And if you think you've got something special, take it to a professional grader. Because trust me, you don't want to spend a $6 million penny on a vending machine snack. Alright, my fellow treasure hunters, now you know why this 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is causing all the hype. Who knew a single cent could be worth more than a luxury yacht? But hey, that's the fun of coin collecting. You never know what's hiding in your spare change. So, before you dump your pennies in a Coinstar machine, take a closer look. You could be holding onto a life-changing fortune. And if you love learning about hidden treasures like this, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. Who knows? You might just be sitting on a jackpot and not even know it. What's that worth? A whole cent. But what if I told you this little copper coin could be worth $6 million? Yeah, you heard me right. A single 2060 Lincoln penny could literally buy you a mansion, a yacht, or, let's be real, a lifetime supply of tacos. Today, we're diving into why this penny is worth a fortune, how to spot one, and why you should probably check your pockets right now, so grab your loose change, and let's hunt for treasure. What's the deal with this penny? Now, the 2060 Lincoln penny is just like any other penny, until it's not. Most 2006 pennies are worth, well, a penny. But a few of them have a special error or variety that turns them into jackpot coins. The $6 million penny. It's a rare misprint or striking error, making it one of the most valuable modern pennies out there. Think of it like a factory oopsie that turned into a lottery ticket. How do you know if you have one? Here's what you need to look for. First, check the mint mark. It should have a small D below the date for Denver Mint. Look for any weird errors like extra thickness, doubling on letters, or anything that makes it stand out. Some rare versions are struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they have a different metal composition. If your penny looks a little funky, don't toss it. Could be worth millions. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A personal coin hunting story. A few years ago, I was at a gas station, and the cashier handed me some change. I didn't think much of it, until I spotted an old-looking penny. Something about it seemed off. I held on to it, Googled it later, and boom! Turned out to be a valuable error penny worth a few $100. Moral of the story? Always check your change. You never know when a random penny could be the key to financial freedom. So what's the lesson here? Your spare change could be a gold mine or, in this case, a copper mine. The 2006 D Lincoln penny is proof that small things can have big value. If you have one, get it checked, because that tiny coin could change your life. And hey, if you found this video helpful, or if you're now frantically digging through your coin jar, make sure to subscribe for more tips on coins worth serious money. Hit that like button and drop a comment if you've ever found an unusual penny. I'd love to hear your story. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket, only to realize it's worth $7 million. Yeah, you heard that right. 7 million. I don't know about you, but I'd start checking every couch cushion, every vending machine slot, and maybe even grandma's old piggy bank. Today, we're talking about the 2017 D Lincoln penny and why collectors are losing their minds over it. Is it real? Is it a myth? And most importantly, do you have one? Stick around because this might just be the most valuable penny story you've ever heard. Alright, let's get into it. The 2017 D penny was minted in Denver, part of the celebration of the Lincoln Cent's 225th anniversary. That year, the U.S. Mint released a limited number of coins with a special P mint mark for Philadelphia, but Denver's pennies? Nothing unusual, right? Turns out, one very special 2017 D penny was struck with a jaw-dropping, one-of-a-kind minting error. Now, no one's entirely sure what makes this exact penny so special, but rumor has it that it has an ultra-rare misprint. Some say it's an off-metal strike. Others believe it's a double die so dramatic that Lincoln himself might just be winking at you. And then, boom, one of these coins sold for $7 million at an exclusive private auction. That's right. Somebody literally traded a penny for a mansion. Let that sink in for a second. Now, if you're anything like me, you're already digging through your penny jar like it's a winning lottery ticket. But before you quit your job and start flipping pennies full-time, let's break it down. Most 2017 D pennies are worth a penny. Sorry, folks, but unless it has a crazy error, it won't buy you a yacht. However, some 2017 D pennies in pristine condition, especially graded MS67 or higher, can sell for a few $100. Not bad for a coin you found in your change, right? And if you do find one with an unusual error, get it authenticated ASAP because who knows, you could be holding a future multi-million-dollar treasure. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I found a penny with a weird, doubled-looking date. I thought, this is it. I'm rich. I rushed to a coin dealer, heart pounding, dreaming of my new Lamborghini. The guy takes one look, chuckles, and says, yeah, that's just a normal penny with some wear. Worth about 2 cents in sentimentality. Moral of the story? Not every odd-looking penny is a jackpot, but you never know unless you check. So what's the takeaway? Always check your change because pennies can pay off in a big way. And even if you don't find a $7 million unicorn, there are plenty of other valuable pennies out there just waiting to be discovered. If you love learning about hidden treasures in your pocket, make sure to subscribe for more tips on coins worth money. I've got plenty of crazy coin stories, strategies for spotting valuable finds, and ways to turn pocket change into real cash. Hit that like button, drop a comment if you've ever found an unusual coin, and until next time, happy hunting, my fellow treasure seekers. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, it's just 1 cent, not even worth picking up? Well, what if I told you that one specific penny from 2019 could be worth a jaw-dropping $9 million? That's right, a single cent that could buy you a mansion, a Ferrari, or, let's be honest, like 5 trips to Costco where you buy way more snacks than you actually need. Today, we're diving into the 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that's sending collectors into a frenzy. What makes it so valuable? Where can you find one? And most importantly, do you have one hiding in your couch cushions right now? Stick around because you might just be a millionaire without even knowing it. Alright, let's start with the basics. In 2019, the US Mint produced billions, yes, billions of pennies. Most of them were made at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, meaning they either have a little D or S stamped under the date. But a tiny, ultra-rare batch of these pennies somehow rolled out with no mint mark at all, making them the unicorns of modern coin collecting. Now, how does a penny go from being loose change to being worth more than a private island? Well, first off, collectors go absolutely wild over rare minting errors, and this one is mega rare. Some experts believe there are less than 10 of these in existence, which is why one of these little copper beauties sold for, brace yourself, $9 million at auction. Imagine the person who found it. Oh cool, a penny. I guess I'll just retire now. But where do you find one? Well, here's the crazy part. People are actually finding these in everyday pocket change. Just last year, a guy from Ohio bought a soda, got a handful of pennies back, and casually discovered one of these $1 million coins. I don't know about you, but I suddenly feel the urge to go dump out every coin jar I've ever owned. And listen, I get it. We've all got a drawer or a cup full of pennies somewhere. I remember one time I was completely broke, digging through my car seats for quarters, and all I found were sticky pennies and an expired Taco Bell receipt. If I had known a penny could be worth millions, I would have been a lot more thorough. So what's the takeaway? Check. Your change. This 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could literally change your life. Look for pennies without that little letter under the date, and if you think you have one, get it authenticated because, hey, you never know. And before you go sprinting to your piggy bank, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button for more tips on valuable coins, collecting strategies, and how to turn your spare change into serious cash. Also, let me know in the comments, what's the coolest coin you've ever found? I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. You could be just one penny away from a fortune. Imagine grabbing a coffee, getting change back, and boom, you've got a $9 million penny in your hand. Sounds insane, right? Well, today we're talking about a 2020 D Lincoln penny that's causing a stir in the coin collecting world. And yes, it's legit. Some lucky collector is sitting on a fortune right now. Stick around because I'm going to break down why this penny is worth a mind-blowing $9 million, how you can spot one, and what to do if you think you have one. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to be digging through every coin jar, couch cushion, and old jeans pocket like a professional treasure hunter. All right, let's get into it. So, what's so special about the 2020 D Lincoln penny? After all, it's just a penny, right? Wrong. In the world of coin collecting, small mistakes can lead to big money. What makes this penny worth $9 million? This isn't just any ordinary penny. It's a rare error coin. A tiny mistake at the Denver Mint turned an otherwise regular penny into a collector's dream. Experts believe that only a few exist. Some say it's an extreme die clash error, while others believe it's a double die or off-metal strike. Either way, this one in particular sold for a whopping $9 million. I know what you're thinking. Who in their right mind would pay $9 million for a penny? But listen, coin collectors love rare finds, and when something is truly one of a kind, the sky's the limit. How can you spot one? Here's what to look for in your 2020 D Lincoln penny. The D mint mark? If your penny doesn't have a D, sorry, but it's not the one. The D means it was minted in Denver. Unusual features: look for errors like misalignment, doubling, or even the wrong metal. Some might have an odd shape or a weird shine. Heavy wear or striking issues. If the coin looks like it was printed on the wrong material or has an extra thick rim, jackpot. Now, before you start breaking out your magnifying glass like Sherlock Holmes, let me tell you a quick story. So, last year, I was at a flea market casually looking through some old coin bins. An older guy next to me was flipping through a jar of pennies when he suddenly froze. Statue mode. He pulls out a penny and starts inspecting it like he just found a lost pirate treasure. Turns out, he had a rare 1969 double die penny worth thousands. Moral of the story? Rare coins hide in plain sight. They're out there, and you might be one lucky find away from life-changing money. What to do if you find one? Do not clean the coin. Collectors want it exactly how you found it. Get it appraised, take it to a professional coin dealer, or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Consider an auction. If your coin is truly rare, big auction houses will help you get top dollar. All right, folks, now that you know the 2020 D penny could be worth $9 million, you have some serious homework to do. Check your pockets, raid that change jar, and ask Grandma if she has some old coins lying around. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button. I post videos on rare coins, valuable currency finds, and smart strategies to build your collection. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin before. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pennies be priceless.